Okay, so when we look at Topstep, you can see they are a funded account program, as I said in the intro. What they really do is they test traders to build their skill, and then if they're skilled enough, they fund them, right? They put you through a lot of different tests to see how good of a trader you are, and it kind of makes sense because if they're funding you legitimately, they're going to make sure you're a good trader. They're not just going to fund anyone and let anyone trade 50, 100, or $150,000 of their money. They are going to vet you to make sure you are a good, legitimate trader and worthwhile of funding, if that makes sense. And again, I will say this. They are the most legitimate funded account program in the world. They're who all the other funded account programs copy off of. They've been around for over 10 years, and I've seen a lot of these funded account programs sprout up over the last decade or so since I've been trading. And just understand, this is one of the ones that started it, and this is kind of who everybody else copies off of. But again, they are legitimate in my opinion. You can see here, they paid out over $3 million in 2021 and not funding, but actual funded traders withdrawals. And so these are funded traders that are actually taking money from them. They are paying these traders out. And again, you can see they funded 8,400 roughly traders in 143 countries. Now, again, what I do want to say is that not everyone is going to be able to get funded here. Not everyone is going to be able to get funded. Most people are going to fail this challenge. And I will say this, the reason for that is because most traders simply lose money. Most traders are not profitable. If you look at the stats and the percentage you'll hear people repeat back and forth is that 90+% of traders fail. And I can kind of attest to that. That's probably pretty accurate. Most traders lose money. Most traders do not make money long term in trading. And I think if you look at their funding stats, that's pretty self-evident here. I don't think we can really hold that against Topstep. I think just most traders fail. But what I will say is that I've been in the 150K combine for about a month now. You can see my profit graph here. I've showed it a lot on stream. It has helped me be a better trader for sure. Regardless of whether I get funded or not, it has helped me be a better trader. This is my graph over about the last month. I'm up about $2,000, maybe a little bit less. And so I do need to scale up my size some. But again, it has helped me become a better trader in a lot of different ways. What makes a lot of new traders ultimately fail is they just are not disciplined. They just end up trading and trading and trading. When they have losing days, they kind of double down their size and lose more. And what Topstep makes them do is it makes those type of traders follow rules. Don't get it twisted. You have to understand what Topstep actually is, which is a challenge for you to complete. In order to complete that challenge, you got to be a little bit skilled at trading. And so what Topstep is going to do, it's going to weed out the unprofitable strategies. It's going to show you they're not profitable. And then it's going to show you which ones are working for you when you finally find those based around those different strategies. And so again, here's the rules that, you kind of got to understand about Topstep. The first one is that you got to get flat every day. You can't just trade and hold a position from 10 a.m. one day to 10 a.m. the next. This is a day trading challenge. It is not meant for swing trading. They do have a swing trading combine, but this is a day trading challenge. That is their big service that they offer for competing in. I think they have a smaller kind of micro e-mini challenge and swing trading challenge. I think they used to have that. I'm not sure if they have it anymore, but this is a day trading challenge. And so you can see here, all positions must be closed by 3:10 p.m. Central Time. So that's essentially 4:10 market time. And yeah, you got to be flat by that time every single day. So you're not really going to be able to swing trade or hold longer term positions. You're going to have to be flat really for that hour and 40 minutes or so from about 4:10 market time to 6 p.m. market time every single day. And so what that's going to stop you from doing is holding positions overnight. And I'm pretty sure that's the reason the rule is there. When you look at what products you can trade, again, this is the futures market. Remember, there's no PDT in futures, and you can essentially trade the S&P 500 or the SPY, which presents itself in the futures market as the E-mini, or you can trade the NASDAQ with the NASDAQ 100, which is the NQ, the micro E-mini, which is a little bit smaller size, but the same thing. And then you could also trade commodities, hog prices, cattle prices, wheat, corn, soybeans, so forth and so on. You keep going down, gold, copper, silver, all those commodities here. And so again, you could trade those, no PDT restrictions in those markets. And, again, Topstep funds traders while they're trading those. My favorite to trade is the E-mini or the micro E-mini, simply because I trade the broader market. I like trading earnings releases and economic releases like CPI and FOMC rate hikes and stuff like that. And so during that, the thing that moves the most is the actual market ETF contracts like the E-mini or the NASDAQ 100. Now, if we take a look at the rest of their rules here, the first one is the 50K package. There's a 100K packages, and there's a 150K package, which is actually the one I'm in. The base package is pretty cheap. If you use my link in the description, for instance, you get 20% off. This turns out to be about $137 a month for the monthly price. Now, your goal in the base one right here in the 50K combine is to hit $3,000 in profit with 5 contracts max without losing over $2,000 total or $1,000 per day. Now, I think that's a pretty reasonable rule set here. Now, if you look at this, a $3,000 profit target without losing essentially over $2,000 total or $1,000 per day is pretty reasonable. The ratio is not crazy in terms of profit versus losses. And so with that, I think this is actually a pretty reasonable one. And again, I think if you're trying to get started in the futures market, this is a lot cheaper than putting up the money yourself and risking that. If you've ever traded futures before, futures can go against you very, very quickly. To be honest, 5 contracts is plenty. If you've ever traded 5 contracts of the regular E-mini in any futures contract or anything like that, it can go against you incredibly fast, incredibly fast. And so it's not really something that you need more for. You need more than 5 contracts with to make this type of money. 5 contracts is plenty. Anything over that, and it's going to swing against you incredibly fast. And again, I think this is one of those things where it's going to save traders money. The reason it's going to save traders money is because some traders are going to take this, they're going to lose, and then they're just going to stop trading futures. And I think that's a good thing to a certain extent because I don't think everybody's meant to trade. Other people who don't know about this are going to try out the futures market because they hear it gets you around the PDT rule, but they're going to fund themselves. They're going to trade it, and they're going to lose way more than the $130, $160 a month price tag on this. And I think that is where this has value because, again, it lets you get your foot in the door of the futures market. You have some pressure on you to succeed, but not the full extent of putting up 10K yourself and potentially just getting swinged out with thousands of dollars in losses in the futures market. And I've seen it happen. It happens very often in futures. And so this is one of the ways that you can essentially paper trade the futures market without too much risk, but still have some pressure on you to succeed. And so you can kind of vet your strategies a little bit easier. You can have rules to follow. And ultimately, remember, trading is a conditioning game. Your job in trading is to condition yourself through repetition to do the correct things. And that takes a lot of time. That is not easy to do. It's just like Pavlov and the dog. You have to do it over and over and over again to reinforce the best habits and the right habits. And so again, it's something that you really need to gain experience in. And I think Topstep is one of the ways you can do it in the futures market without risking a ton of money. Now, the platform I'm on is called Quant Tower, and it's a pretty nice, intuitive platform. I really like it. It has my stats pulled directly from it, and you can see this is Quant Tower here. The trading's pretty simple. It reminds me a lot of Thinkorswim, but there's a bunch of other platforms that they allow you to use with your futures trading so you can remain comfortable while you're trading. If you're used to a specific platform, you could probably connect it to it. The really cool thing about Quant Tower is that it connects to all these different platforms, and so if I want to connect this to my Thinkorswim account, I can. If I want to connect this to TD Ameritrade, I can. If I want to connect it to all these other different brokerages, I can, and I can use Quant Tower with my actual brokerages if I wanted to as well. But again, Quant Tower is really interesting. The learning curve, I would say, is a little bit larger. It takes a little bit longer than, say, Tradeovate or something like that. But Tradeovate is there as well, and it's pretty easy to use. I know that's what everybody else is kind of using. But yeah, not bad. Pretty interesting platform. And I do like the stats thing. I can look up my stats. I can see what my graph looks like at any time throughout the day. And it's just pretty easy to use. So I definitely like Quant Tower, and I've been using it for about a month now. Anyways, team, if you want to watch me trade the futures market, again, I am taking the 150K combine. You can see my profit graph earlier, and we're doing pretty well. We do need to scale up in size a little bit. But again, if you want to watch us trade this combine, we trade it live every weekday morning right here on YouTube. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you all there. Remember, they are a sponsor of my video, and so I'm certainly biased in their favor. But I truly think Topstep is good for traders. I think it'll save traders money. It'll let them have some type of experience in the futures market without supplying $10,000s or thousands of dollars themselves and potentially losing that. And so I think it's a good thing for traders. I'll include the link in the description if you want to check it out, and good luck in the market, guys. We'll see you guys next time.